I'm fascinated by the deep state, or who really runs and controls the world, and not because I'm a conspiracy theorist, which some might brand me as, just because I want to know it's our world. We're supposed to have a democracy. I want it to be a better place. I fight for everyone's free speech. So even if I don't know them, I was a supporter of you when that happened. Even before we knew each other, I was a supporter of Lawrence when they went for Joe Rogan. Good luck, but they went for him. They went for I know. Yeah. The thing is, the big ones, they just make even more powerful.
Yeah.
But if I don't fight for your right for free speech, then I'm next. And it's a coward who will only defend themselves and not everyone else. And even if I vehemently don't agree with someone, they, I believe, should have a right to speak freely. So I'd love to connect back. Who runs this deep state? Who are these powerful, controlling people or organizations? I mean, you must know.
Well, there's a couple of aspects to it. So you've got the macro and the micro. So I call the macro the big globalist organizations. So that's the World Health Organization. They were particularly critical during COVID. Donald Trump was the only world leader prepared to stand up to them. Actually, everyone else completely gave in. You've got the World Economic Forum, and now you've got the United Nations, which I think is a completely nefarious force on the world. I mean, who ever would have thought that someone like me would be calling out the United Nations? But they really are. I mean, look at the ideology that they're pushing, for example, when it comes to the gender movement. It's insane. So they are the big global organizations. That's where there's a lot of the big money from the billionaires, Bill Gates, George Soros, those sorts of people. Then on a micro level, you have the blob in the UK. That's what Dominic Cummings branded. I thought it was a very good term. And effectively, the blob are the civil servant workers who believe in these globalist movements, who do everything they can to frustrate the daily decisions that ministers want to make. So there are the people who say, look, it's going to be absolutely impossible, Suella Braverman, for you to ever put illegal immigrants on a plane and send them to Rwanda. And they spend their whole life trying to stop the government from implementing the will of the people. And so look at what the Conservative government has done over the past 5 years. Virtually nothing. And when you look at their power over, it was extreme. They, I think, at times basically gaslit Boris Johnson into keeping the country locked down. They threatened him. They said, you're going to be responsible for the deaths of hundreds of thousands of people. And the problem is, those people are in lockstep with the mainstream media. And this is going to get so much worse, because obviously by the time Labour is in power in the UK, under Slippery Starmer, as I call him, they'll have all of a sudden gained control. I mean, by the way, again, when people say this is a conspiracy theory, then why on earth has Sue Gray, who was number 2 in all of the civil service in the UK, and she was the person, do you remember, who led the investigation, that I call it a complete kangaroo court investigation into Boris Johnson over the so-called Partygate incidents about the parties he didn't even attend. Well, that was a woman called Sue Gray who claimed that she was completely impartial, right? We could trust her. She wasn't looking to witch hunt against Boris Johnson. We were meant to believe that. At the time, I called her out time and again. I knew what she was doing. Well, guess what? Couple of years ago, she leaves the civil servant and she is now running Starmer's campaign. She's the head honcho within the Labour Party. So that's how I look at it. You've got the macro, you've got the micro, you've got the globalist organizations who are wanting to control the shape of the world. They're wanting to get rid of borders altogether. They want to take away our personal rights. They want to introduce social credit systems. They want to stop us from flying. They want to introduce 15-minute cities. But then you have, on a much lower level here in the UK, you have the government workers who make it virtually impossible for politicians to get anything done. And you speak to the sound cabinet ministers like I have, people like Suella, Priti Patel, Jacob Rees-Mogg, Nadine Dorries. They will tell you how it is virtually impossible to actually get things done because of the system of government. Now, I still blame the Conservative Party for this. Why did they not change it? They've had 14 years in power. So the system in America, which is much more effective, is that most of the civil servants are party political. So they are actually, the new party comes in, the Republicans come in, all of the Democrats leave. What it means is that actually more stuff can get done.
Yeah, I mean, weirdly, tens of thousands, and I'm not exaggerating, of my followers have said, Rob, you should run for Prime Minister with some of the basic things. I think I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And if, when you run a company which has to make a profit, and if you trade insolvently, that's actually illegal, or you can be struck off as a director, you have to look at who's mobile, who's friction, get rid of friction, increase mobility. If they're good, keep them. If they're not good, let them go. And yet in government, we've got most of them who are no good, and they're really slow, and they're immobile, and they all get paid.
But they're jobs for life as well.
Yeah, and they work from home most of the time, a lot of the time now.
You say work from home. I would actually argue they barely work. I mean, I'm not even joking. If you look at organisations now like HMRC, or look at what happened with the post office scandal.
Let's not get the HMRC to get good though.
No, but the thing is,
but I mean, they are.
But actually, do you know what? Don't get me started on HMRC. Just trust me. These are completely ineffective.
Oh, they are. You can be 7 hours on the phone to HMRC trying to pay them money.
Totally. So the country is slowly breaking down, and it's only going to get worse, unfortunately.
This makes me really sad. Really sad.
Me too.
Because
it's not what the people want.
No, and there's so many great things about Britain.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say I'm a major fan of the monarchy, but it was just something so great and unique that we had, and it was our greatest tourist attraction. Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Well, we're going to come to that in a moment, because that's obviously changed.
I'm a big fan. I still think they deserve scrutiny, though, actually.
Well, surely we all do. Isn't that what government is for, to keep...
Of course.
Yeah.
And we pay for them.
Yeah.
The people pay for the monarchy, so they do deserve scrutiny.
Yeah. Now, I've been on a mission for 17 years to help as many people on this planet get better financial knowledge. If, like me, you'd like to make, manage and multiply more money, I recommend that you join my digital financial freedom platform, which is called rob.team. It's really easy to join. You just type in rob.team, and there you're going to learn my 4 M's of making, managing, maintaining and multiplying more money. There are hundreds of hours of courses, resources and masterclasses on building recurring and passive income, getting your tax bill down, your income streams up, your earning speed up and your earning power up. And the even better news is there's no risk to you, because it costs less than 20 pence a day to join. You can cancel any time with no ongoing contract. You simply type in rob.team into any web page. Now, if you join right now, I'll also give you my 12-week Money Mastermind University completely for free. This will retail at $500 to $700 when I launch it. It's about 14 hours of what they should teach you at school and university about money, but the banking system and the governments control you and don't want you to know that. It exposes the banking system and teaches you how to play them at their own game. And all the things your parents and society don't know about money and didn't want to teach you about money and wanted to hide away about money is exposed in my Money Mastermind University. If you join rob.team right now, you get that completely for free. Just type in rob.team. I'll see you inside with the 10,000 other members who are moving, shaking, game-changing and change-making in rob.team.